Hey amigos, Carlos Costa for Urban Beardsman. Hope you all well. So I keep getting asked sometimes when I'm at a bar or coffee shop, even on a bus, I keep and comments on when I do YouTube videos about the jewelry I wear. So that brings me to make this video. So I'm gonna talk about the jewelry I wear. But let's go back. So back to the beginning. Denim shirt or with any shirt, just a kind of more smart, easygoing look. I try to keep my jewelry simple, so I don't wear as many rings. I also wear just one type of metal. So the most common metals are gold and silver. There's a few other metals out there, bronze, and there's even plastic ones nowadays, so plastic jewelry. I try to keep mine to one type of jewelry, the one who suits my skin tone the best, which is silver. So I tend to use just silver. I never mix. Another rule I got is I never mix gold and silver. It's just a no-no for me. It doesn't look right. So silver it is. With a shirt, I usually try to keep her simpler. Don't wear as many rings. For example, at the moment I've got a stack ring just on my thumb. But I would have another ring, for example, on the other hand, and I'll have one with a stone. This one is with a smoky quartz, and which I think it looks cool but not over the top. It suits this sort of look, and so it's minimalistic but with a soft twist, because this ring is like a stone and kind of brings this look out a bit. So shirts, maybe a couple of jumpers, or try to keep it simple. This is my rule. So the next look, just a simple basic white t-shirt, but you can go a bit more over the top with the rings, so you can wear a bit more rings. I always try to match my watch with my rings, or even if I was wearing a pendant, I always try to get silver. So always keep that rule of silver. I know there are some jewelry companies out there mixing up gold and silver in one piece. Looks good. Yeah, maybe. Not for me though. So silver it is. Let's add a few more rings. So I really like onyx as well. So gives my look a distinctive approach. So onyx, I got a couple of things. I start just mixing up quite a few rings in my, but as I got quite a few stone rings, so I have a rule of mixing up with some solid silver figures as well. So for example, I got a panther ring here, which kind of start to looking a bit nice and not so messy. I also got a compass here, which I usually wear on my index. So it starts looking a bit more full with just a white t-shirt, but it doesn't look bad, doesn't look over the top, I don't think. Careful, if you use too much jewelry, you might send the wrong message. Sometimes some people kind of give some weird looks. So yeah, keep adding on rings and it still looks good. Also add on a bracelet, keep it all silver, and you know, keep the same rule, one type of metal. Next look, the classic rocker. So with the classic rocker, most times I go full blast. So I had quite a few more rings to my hands, and not just stone. So then I start having a bit more solid and figures. For example, I got a panther on this one. I also got a couple of wolves. I like some symbols, so I've got a compass, and so yeah, I just had a few more rings. is that for me it looks not so full on, but looks good. And I try to kind of not have it perfect. So I've got these 3 rings on these 3 fingers. On this hand, I kind of got the same amount of rings, but I spread it out through different fingers. Maybe I could add another one there. Maybe not. I do have a few more. Sometimes I wear these big skulls on that ring. Maybe another stone would be a bit too much, but it doesn't look too bad. Now, as I said, I wear a lot of silver, loads of different brands. Silver suits my style and skin tone. It goes with my tattoos and most things I wear. Brands I tend to use the most are some bespoke brands. You can get Bloody Mary metal. So I've got this bespoke tag ring. There's quite a few good brands. I most use Apothic London, the Great Frog, and always get the size for the finger I would like to wear that ring all the time. And there are some brands where they sell from medium to large, small. Sometimes with that the problem is you're very limited to what finger. So when I go to a jeweler, I always try to get, if for example, if it's a ring like this one, sorry about the finger there, it's quite heavy. So a ring like that can be quite heavy, and when you get it in your finger, if it's loose, you can just slide to the sides like that and fall out of place. Same with this one. It's quite heavy, and if it's a bit loose, so I prefer them having tight. Sometimes I have trouble take them out. It takes me a couple of seconds or sometimes a minute. For example, this one, especially in the summer when it's a bit warmer, fingers get a bit swollen. But it's best to have it tight than looser, because loose, as I said, just they keep going to the sides, and it doesn't look good. So always consider getting them a bit tighter than having them so loose. So hope you guys really enjoy this quick jewelry video, and hope this answered a lot of the questions you guys sometimes ask about my rings. And don't forget to check the Great Frog, Apothic London, Bloody Mary metal, Rogan Wolf. These are the main brands I use of jewelry. So if you like to rock some of these rings, check them out. And again, thank you Beardbrand for having me in Austin, Texas HQ, and hope you guys enjoy it. Stay cool.